friends, it's Sierra from Sisterfrennn.com. So today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about black chicken, also known as like the silky black chicken. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Sierra. Like I said, I run the blog Sisterfrennn.com, and I am super passionate about gut health. Along with that, I have a long history of medical things. I was born with sickle cell disease, was on antibiotics a lot, and then I had a bone marrow transplant at the age of 26 and went through a lot of chemotherapy, and I struggled for a really long time with a lot of anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and like I said, I get deep into that in other videos on the channel. And as a result of the chemotherapy, I was diagnosed with premature ovarian failure. Now, in hopes of being on the fertility journey, I have done all of the remedies. And at one point, I was yelling at ChatGPT because I found out about this black chicken soup. I don't remember how I found out about it, but I found out about it, and I went on my ChatGPT and I started yelling at it. I was like, you know that I'm trying to get pregnant. How dare you not tell me about this? What else are you hiding from me? I definitely said that to it, and it was like, Sierra, I'm so sorry. Yes, you should definitely be drinking black chicken soup. So anyway, long story short, I ended up finding out about it. I went to the library, I got some books, and then when I found my local Asian market, you guys, there were 3 different people. I browsed in the store for about 3 hours. It's my happy place. My husband will tell you, my happy place is going to health food stores or international supermarkets, and just learning about anything health and wellness related. It's just, I'm completely 100% obsessed. So I was walking around this market for about 3 hours, okay? And I kid you not, I had 3 different people who did not know each other tell me. I asked one lady, asked the worker, and I was like, oh, like, anything else good for pregnancy? And she said, black chicken, you go get black chicken. And then somebody else was like, black chicken. And then when I was in line checking out with my black chicken and my balut eggs, I'll have to show you guys balut egg. Balut egg is fertilized egg, so I started eating that too, which is really great. We won't get into that right now, but it's really great for you. It's a great aphrodisiac. It can help with libido. It can help with all kinds of things, collagen production in your skin. But as I was checking out, this woman was like, oh, black chicken, so good for your blood, help you pregnant. And I was like, oh, black chicken? So I ended up talking to her. She didn't really speak much English, and she was so sweet. When I was going to get in my car, she was so sweet to me. When I was going to get in my car, I was like, Sierra, you need somebody of this culture to maybe guide you in case you have other questions. So I literally saw the woman in her car. She was about to drive off, and I ran over to her and I was like, hi. And she rolled down her window, and I was like, my name's Sierra. Do you think we could exchange information so that if I have questions? She like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, awesome. So we exchanged information, and she sent me so much information about the black chicken. And of course, because I went to the Asian market, a lot of the herbs are in Chinese or Mandarin. I had to do a lot of, what is the word? When you're trying to translation. So I had to do a lot of translations. I didn't know what certain things were, but nonetheless, I got this huge list of herbs and things from the Asian market. And let me just tell you, okay? Let me just tell you, like I said, I've been on hormone replacement therapy for almost 10 years now. Like I said, I was diagnosed with premature ovarian failure. I've been through the menopause. I've been through all of the things. And let me just tell you, when I made this soup, you guys, when I made this soup knocked me out on my back. I remember I came home, I ate the balut egg, which this was my first time eating the balut egg, and then I had this soup, and I remember when I was in the Chinese store, I was talking to the owner about one of the herbs, and she was like, only little bit, not too much. And so you're looking at these herbs and you're like, oh, it's just a whole bunch of sticks. Like, this is not gonna do much. But let me just tell you, they are potent. So at heart, I'm a busybody. Like, I am a woman who is doing 1,000 different things in a day. But I came home, I eat my balut egg, I make this Chinese chicken black soup. And you guys, I drank this soup and it just knocked me out on my back. It was like my body went into a state of like, you know, when you're in church and you're like in black church, maybe it's not even in black church. Have you guys ever seen like the crusades on like the Christian channels and they're like pushing you down and you're like falling out?
Stroke! 3 days ago! A stroke! All the pain and paralysis is gone!
This was me on this black soup. It knocked me out so hard and I was like, I didn't feel like I was dying. I didn't feel like I was dying. I just felt like I was in a space where like I was pushed down on the couch and I couldn't get up. And then I drank it again, and then I drank it again, and I had it again. And that was my experience like the first couple of times that I made this soup. I'm actually having it tonight. And when I was like researching it and everything, it was saying that the herbs are so potent that what happens is that your body, it makes your body, it puts your body in a space where your body actually, because where do you heal the most? You heal the most like when you're sleeping, right? That's why sleep is so important. When people like say, oh, I just don't need sleep. No, you need sleep. Sleep, deep restorative sleep is where the body fixes things and recalibrates. So this soup put me on my back, and I really feel that this soup has begun healing for me. Like, I don't have my miracle baby yet, but I have felt twinges in my ovaries. I've said in other videos, my estrogen dose is lower, and there's just a lot of things that it has remedied for me. So today I want to tell you guys a little bit about this chicken soup. I'm going to show you the herbs. I'm going to tell you the translation for them so you can go get it. And I'm just going to tell you who should be having this. Now, for one, I think all women should have it at some point in their cycle because it is very blood building. It is so nourishing. So if you have a friend who is postpartum or a friend who's also trying to get pregnant, I would highly suggest the black silky chicken soup. It is amazing. It is reverenced in Asian culture. And when the lady was sending me links, you realize there's a whole other part of YouTube and the internet that we don't even know exists, and they're over there making it, and it is so healing for the body. So let me just tell you a little bit about it. Number one, it's really great for your brain. So it has something in it called carnosine, which is very key for mental clarity. It's also going to be really great for your skin. Think glowing from the inside out. I definitely notice a glow when I'm on it, but that's also because it has jujubes in it. There's a lot of information about jujubes and red dates. And so red dates are literally in Asian culture, red dates and goji berries are known as, that is what keeps the skin beautiful and full of collagen. So this soup does contain the jujubes and the goji berries. Next up, it has a natural source of CoQ10. You guys already know how I feel about my beef liver and my beef heart. Beef liver and beef heart have crazy amounts of CoQ10. People are always so quick to go buy supplements, but I am a huge believer that you want to get it from the food, because we talk a lot about bioavailability, right? Like, just because you're eating something doesn't mean, or just because you're taking a supplement doesn't mean that it's bioavailable. It doesn't mean that your body body recognizes it. So of course, most human bodies, because we have been I think we are omnivores, but we have been processing meat for ages and herbs for ages. So of course the herbs are gonna bleed in all their good stuff into the water. And then of course the black chicken. Now I checked out a book from the library, and I wasn't looking for the black chicken soup in this book, but I came across this traditional Chinese medicine book, and this particular author was saying that she doesn't like the black chicken meat. So she said she just drinks the broth. And so I know like it's kind of split within the culture. Some people eat the meat and some don't. I do eat the meat. So yeah, there is that too. Oh, so what I was gonna say is this soup has natural CoQ10, and we all know CoQ10 is so good for our heart. So it's got the CoQ10, and CoQ10 also supports the mitochondria, right? Like mitochondria, let's do a little bit of a biology lesson from our school days, is that mitochondria is the energy factory of the body. So you want to be supporting your mitochondria with this soup. So if you're a woman that's trying to get pregnant, this is going to help with like egg quality. I mean, even if you are eating beef liver or beef heart, like of course you cannot overdo it with organ meats, because you can overdose on iron and copper. Like you only want to have a little bit every now and again. For me, I do about 4 ounces of beef liver every week. Even with having beef liver and beef heart occasionally, I still do take a CoQ10 supplement daily. It's very, very, very important for your mitochondria, and especially if you have the MTHFR genetic mutation. So I would highly recommend everybody be on CoQ10. So this soup is a natural CoQ10 bioavailable resource for you. It's got a lot of anti-inflammatory properties, so that's really great. We want to make sure that we have a low inflammatory diet, because with inflammation comes disease. So next up, it's really great for convalescence, and convalescence means like healing after, a surgery or chronic stress, or like I said, postpartum. And it's really supportive of those adrenals, and it helps them to calm down. I don't know, I've never had the black chicken without the herbs. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's probably because of the herbs, but man, this soup, like I said, the adrenals are calm. When I did the carnivore diet, I had very high cortisol. There has to be a balance between methionine and phosphorus and calcium. Methionine, calcium, phosphorus, and calcium. There has to be a balance between these minerals in your body. And when there's not, especially if you're eating a lot of muscle meat, like a lot of ground beef or a lot of steak, this causes really high cortisol in your body, and it's very stressful. I know a lot of people say that they're unable to sleep on carnivore. That was my story. I had a lot of stress hormone, could not sleep, but this soup is so wonderful at calming down your adrenals. And so like I said, I am on an animal-based diet, but eating meat all times of the day, I don't think is for the best. Yeah, I think I don't even think it's good for aging. I think a lot of Asian cultures have diet down packed the best. I think they have a really great diet, and they are the leaders in skincare, Korean skincare. They are the leaders, and they do not eat meat all times of the day. They do eat protein, fish, and things like that, but high red meat all the time, it can be very stressful on your body. At least, let me speak for myself. It was stressful for me, but this one is really great, like I said, for convalescence and helping your adrenals. All right, so next up is it supports healthy red blood cells. Now, of course, I mentioned in my Why I Quit the Carnivore Diet video, I mentioned that I wish I knew about carnivore diet when I had sickle cell, because it's a genetic blood disorder, right? So I always had a low hemoglobin. I had to get blood transfusions. There were times when I had to get exchange transfusions where they had to take out 80% of my blood and put new blood in because my hemoglobin was so low, and I got things like acute chest. And babe, can you just give me like 3 more minutes? So anyway, they took out 80% of my blood, put new blood in, and yeah, I had so So this particular soup is great at building blood. Like, it has heme iron in it. So those of you who are anemic, which all you girlies out there are always saying, I'm anemic, I'm anemic, I'm anemic. Beef liver and black silky chicken soup, which the ladies in the grocery store were not able to say it to me in scientific language, but they kept saying, it builds blood, it give you blood, it give you blood. That's what they meant by that. It builds your red blood cells. So that is so important. So black silky chicken soup is gonna build your blood, which is really great too if you're a woman who's trying to get your period back, or, you know, trying to regulate hormones. Put this soup in your diet. Next up, it's great for gut healing, right? Like, for one, it's soup, so it's gonna have all the minerals in it. When you make a soup, you're pulling all those minerals from the chicken. It's gonna have glycine, really great amino acids, collagen, gelatin, all those good things for your skin. So 100% great for the gut lining. The gelatinous, because it has that gelatin, which I talk about in all my videos, gelatin is crucial for rebuilding your gut lining. If you have SIBO or leaky gut, and you don't want toxins leaking into your bloodstream, soup is so important. Like, you can have soup every day and it will just keep healing you and healing you and healing you from the inside out. So lastly, this soup is yin nourishing. So that means if you're suffering from dryness, hot flashes, insomnia, night sweats, and any other sort of depletion, this soup is gonna be really great for that. So anyway, this soup is amazing, you guys. As we make this soup today, I'm gonna go through and tell you about all the herbs. This is a little bit of a longer video because this soup is one of the most important soups that I will teach you about, and I think everybody in America should start making this. I think if you're looking for the black chicken, you will not find it in your average grocery store. You've got to go to like your local Asian market, and it is a staple there. So anyway, black silky chicken soup, get ready for it. If you have things to do throughout the day, if you're not used to it, maybe don't have it in the morning, because I mean, I drink it in the morning now, but I stay at home, so I have the luxury of being like, I'm gonna sit down for a minute, but I don't think it hits me as hard as it did when I first started it. So this is a really great nighttime soup. You can sip on it in the morning very gently, but it's just gonna be so nourishing for you. It's going to repair that gut lining. It's gonna help support your hormones. So absolutely, let's get into the video and we can talk more about the benefits as we are making our black silky chicken soup. All right, let's get into it. Here are all the herbs that we're going to be using for our black silky chicken soup. Do not be intimidated. I have already created a PDF for you that has the actual Chinese Mandarin name and then also the English name, because sometimes when you go to the market, a lot of them do not speak English. So don't worry, you will have a PDF that's going to help you. Do not be intimidated. You got this. So first up, we have dried Pelose aceabel root. This is also known as Cotinopsis or Dang Shen. This is going to be really great for supporting your qi, which is energy. It's not going to overstimulate you like a ginseng or a caffeine would. This herb is used for fatigue, weakness, and postpartum recovery. It helps digestion, it supports your appetite, and it's going to also improve nutrient absorption. It can be used after someone feels tired or bloated. This is the herb that's going to build your blood. This one nourishes the blood, and it's very useful for those of you who have anemia. If you have a pale complexion, if you suffer from dizziness, or even shortness of breath. It's also going to be really great for your lungs. It's going to help you with the chronic cough, with shortness of breath, respiratory weakness, and overall, it's just really great for stress support. Dried Atractylodes macrocephala. Now, this is a super popular Chinese medicine herb. If you're somebody who struggles with dampness, you have a lot of mucus in the body, this is something that is going to help with that dampness. It's going to help if you're puffy, if you're feeling sluggish. It's going to help strengthen your spleen. It's going to help aid with digestion. So many of these herbs are going to help with digestion, which that is the problem that so many of us have, is digesting food. So these herbs aid in that digestion, and that is a superstar power of this particular herb. This one is also going to help promote a calm gut. It can help reduce the feeling of gas and bloating and tension and almost that feeling of like there's just too much down there. So it's going to just help calm your gut. This one is also a chi supportive. You will see this often in postpartum tonics. So next up we have one of our powerhouse female herbs. This one is dried angelica, also known as dong chi, and sometimes it's often called the female ginseng. So this is one of the most important herbs when it comes to hormonal balance and blood nourishment. We're talking about building blood. So if you're a lady, you're trying to get that period back, you're trying to regulate your hormones, you're trying to get pregnant, this one is for you. Like I said, it's going to deeply nourish your blood, whether that's after a really heavy menstruation, after having a baby, or even after just like losing a lot of blood or really severe illness. Basically, this is one of the herbs that is when you have blood deficiency. So when I had sickle cell, this was one of the things that would have definitely helped me. I had very low hemoglobin. It's going to help regulate your menstrual cycle. It's going to help promote healthy circulation. So many people out there have really stagnant circulation, cold hands and feet. It's also going to moisten your intestines. And it can also be known to have a little bit of a laxative effect. It's not too much. I put this one in there and I've never had any crazy diarrhea or anything like that. But it will gently just moisten your insides to make going to the bathroom more easy. Just a note, this one is warming and stimulating. And so it's great to balance this one with Codonopsis, which is what we're doing in the soup. So our next herb is dried astragalus. This one is also very popular in TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. It's also known as huang qi. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you guys will be able to see it on the PDF. So this is one that is not used as a quick one-off. This is one that you want to have in your diet, and it's going to give you more long-term effects as it builds up in your blood. Now I'm also working on a blood pressure PDF and a blood pressure video for you guys, and this is one that has significantly helped bring down my husband's blood pressure. But this is one that you're going to want to use long term. It's great for rebuilding energy after being sick. It's going to support your immune system. It's going to strengthen your spleen if you have low digestion, if you struggle with absorbing food. It's helping with the bloating. Lastly, this one is really great for promoting a healthy circulation and for wound healing. This one is known for helping to rebuild and encourage tissue regeneration. So definitely you can add this one into your teas and tonics. If you're a wound care nurse, maybe you could make teas for your patients. I would be curious to see how this helped patients who had really bad wounds. I even read in some of my Chinese medicine books that it has also been used topically. So that's interesting. Dioscorea rhizoma. This is also known as the Chinese yam. This is a mild, nourishing tonic. It's known to support fertility. It's known to calm the nervous system. This is probably why I was just like on my back when I had these. All these together are very calming to the nervous system. Boil them all together and you're just like, your body gets this wave of calm that it's never had in its life before. It improves your appetite. It's going to deeply nourish your kidneys. It's going to help restore your adrenals. It's going to support your libido. It's known to moisten the lungs. Also tremella. I don't have tremella in here, but tremella is also one that is very great for moistening the body, and that is that's like snow fungus. I think I've put that in some of my what I eat in a day videos. Also, this one is great too because it's going to help balance blood sugar. I know that is the war that everyone is out there trying to get ahead of, is balancing blood sugar and not being insulin resistant or dealing with diabetes. So this one is really great for that too. All right, this one is one of my absolute faves because I have been working on my husband's blood pressure for months, and this one is definitely a superstar for blood pressure. And this one is called dried Rehmannia. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce the Chinese name. I'm going to totally butcher it. This one is so great. This one is for all my ladies who are dry. If you have dry, thinning hair, if you have anemia, if you have dizzy spells, if you have a pale complexion, if you have dry skin. So this one's going to be really great to support you with that. It's also an herb that is a go-to for women who have irregular periods. So it's also really great for hormonal balance. You might see this in a lot of women tonics. I know that I buy a lot of my herbs from Dragon Herbs, and I have seen Rehmannia in my women's Jing. So this one is very supportive of women with menstruation issues, fertility issues, reproductive health, all that kind of stuff. It's going to replenish your liver and your kidneys. If you have hot flashes or night sweats, anything like that. I haven't dealt with that in many years. I have been on HRT for quite some time, but even when I get off my HRT, I no longer deal with hot flashes. I don't know if it's just that my body has fully taken the plunge and gone over to the other side of full menopause, or if it's because I have been so supportive with all my herbs and tonics. Also, just to go back to when I was talking about dryness, if you're somebody also who deals with dry mouth or dry eyes, my husband is someone who deals with dry eyes, and when you look at a person who's very dry, they have a lot of kidney, like maybe some kidney dysfunction. Obviously not to normal Western American doctor. They'll probably be like, oh yeah, you're fine. But my husband, his blood pressure comes down with this one. And also I don't see him putting drops in his eyes so much. So this is going to bring back moisture. I wouldn't say I've noticed, I have had some help with vaginal moisture, but I can't report that Romania has helped me with vaginal moisture, but it is going to help with that. Also, like I said, this is very much so used in recovery of a woman having a baby. I mean, you will see this black silky chicken soup as like the postpartum creme de la creme for the women. So all these herbs are very supportive of women dealing with hormonal issues. So all you women who are trying to have babies and you have all these PCOS, endometriosis, perimenopause, all these different things that women deal with, highly recommend this soup because all these herbs are just very nourishing to the body in so many ways and can really help. Smilex glabra. This one is really cool. I was reading that this one was known to help with STDs, specifically syphilis. I don't remember the ins and outs, but I thought that that was super interesting on this one. So if you have dampness in the body, this one is going to help alleviate the dampness, rash, boils, acne, things of that nature. This is a top-notch herb for that. It's gonna also aid in you having much clearer skin. Like I said, a lot of these herbs are all about creating that glow from within. So this is one of the herbs that is going to do that. I mean, literally this one is known to help with chronic stubborn skin conditions. So Smilex glabra, you want to include in your soup. So it's really great for joints, stiffness. It's been known to help with just a lot of rheumatic sort of conditions, arthritis. I was diagnosed with avascular necrosis, and my joint pain when I went mostly carnivore got better. I've noticed lately I've been having joint pain because I've been eating a lot of vegetables. So I would have to dial back the veg and just see like, am I still totally well? But this one's going to be really great for, you know, rheumatoid arthritis, maybe avascular necrosis, things of that nature. So really this herb is used as a detoxifier. It can have mild diuretic support. So this one could also be used in a blood pressure tonic. And it just kind of removes all the impurities when you're going to the bathroom. So all in all, this herb is going to support that lymphatic system. Dried longan. Now, you guys have seen me in all my what I eat in a day videos, especially lately. I have been loving fresh dried longan. They're so juicy, so rich in vitamin C, so delicious. There is a big difference from the dried longan though and the fresh longan. But yeah, it's summer here and the fresh longan is in season and I've been eating it whenever I can. It's a little expensive, but it's my favorite. The dried ones are not as delicious to me as the fresh ones, but dried longan is a staple. I see people in the Asian markets buying this one all the time. This one supports digestion and circulation. If you tend to overthink or worry, this is going to kind of calm the spirit. That's what it's known for, calming the spirit. A lot of these herbs calm the spirit. Again, with the Holy Ghost thing. If you wanted to also, you guys see in my what I eat in a day videos, you could also, I always make a jujube and goji berry tea. You could also add longan to that. So yes, it's wonderful for anxiety, insomnia, panic, just any sort of like that angsty feeling. This one's just going to help calm you down, sister. So next up we have jujubes. These are my favorite. You guys know I love to make the jujube goji berry tea. It's very like sweet, and you'll see oftentimes the Asian mommies and the women drinking jujube and goji berry tea. They always say that it is really great for their skin. It's known to have a very calming effect if you're feeling emotionally depleted or fatigued. This is also something women would want to be on during menstruation. They support immunity, When they say that it calms the spirit, this is also going to be an herb or a fruit that is for people who are overthinking or thinking too much. And really, it's just a beloved tonic that has been used for thousands of years in Chinese medicine. Literally, it is a staple, and it's one of my favorites. I love to have it on its own. It's also really great for women who are feeling emotionally drained. It's for the woman who's dealing with menstruation issues or who is dealing with illness. Lotus seeds. These are another calming effect. They are excellent for restlessness, weakness, insomnia, racing thoughts, and they're just going to help to settle any emotional agitation that you might be having. It's also known to stabilize essence, which is known as your jing, and that's going to help with reproduction. It eases diarrhea, helps with people who have a poor appetite, and anyone who is dealing with bloating from poor digestion. Also used for loose stools, excessive vaginal discharge, or any sort of night sweats that are due to deficiency. You would be able to use the lotus seeds with longan, jujubes, and white fungus for sort of a dessert type broth drink. Very womb supportive. Lastly, we have our goji berries, which I do not cook these in the soup. I top my soup off with them. But goji berries have been used for centuries in Chinese medicine. They are like literally a staple. Like you will always see goji berries. They're really rich in vitamin C, and they're gonna really be very supportive for your liver, and that is therefore going to help your eyes. They're useful for infertility, low libido, premature aging, and any sort of adrenal burnout. Goji berries are also going to help with dry skin, dry cough. It's a moistener, so it's going to help to moisten you on the inside. It's super rich in antioxidants, which is of course very anti-aging, very anti-inflammatory. And then it's just known to calm the shin. You'll see that a lot in Chinese medicine, which is like calm the spirit. So when I was looking up all these herbs in my Chinese medicine book, they all say they calm the shin, calm the spirit. So I believe that that is why when I first had it, I was just hit with that immediate, just like, oh my God, my body just feels just totally relaxed. So I would bet when you guys first have this soup, you are also going to be knocked out on your back. So you'll definitely have to let me know. All right, now let's get into how we make it. And as you guys can see, I just put a little bit of every single one in a bowl, just a little bit. And now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wash these herbs off. A lot of times you'll see these herbs in Chinese stores say that they have sulfites on them. So you'll see also in other videos in other parts of the world on YouTube, the Asian mommies and grandmothers, they just gently wash them off and just let them soak for about 15 minutes to get any of those sulfites off, and then just spray them off so to make sure that they are clean. So like I said, I just put mine in some cold water and let them soak for a little bit of time, and then I just wash them off, spray them off to get any of that gunk off, which you guys can see there in the sink, it's coming off. So here's our black chicken. I have read that sometimes people say that you should cut off the head and the neck because this is sometimes where they put injections into the chickens. Now, because I'm only ever able to find the black chicken at the Asian markets and they don't always speak a lot of English, it's really hard for me to ask, well, do you know if this chicken was injected? So I leave it up to you on if you would like to cut off the neck and the head. This is something I just read about, so I'm not sure if I'll continue cutting off the head and the neck. I might just go ahead and keeping it on. That's how I've always been doing it. And like I said, don't be intimidated. All the black chickens come with the head and the feet. So that's just kind of something you got to deal with. So I have some boiling hot water going. I sprinkle some salt in there, and we're just going to blanch, if you will, the chicken. We're going to put this chicken in the boiling hot water with the salt. This is just going to help release any impurities that are in the chicken. And we also don't want our chicken broth to be white and foamy. So as you can see here, I'm just pulling off all the foam and impurities that are coming off the chicken. So once I'm done pulling all the impurities off the chicken, I then go ahead and pour off the water and rinse off the chicken with cold water. I also rinse out my pot. So now I'm putting some filtered water over the chicken and adding in the herbs. One thing I learned, and I saw one of my friends here in the comments say, all these years since I was a little kid, my mom has been saying, oh, boil the water and the water will become pure once you boil it. But that is not true. When you boil the water, you just concentrate the toxins that are in the water. So I highly suggest that all of you guys get a water filter system or a reverse osmosis or something like that to make sure that you are having filtered water. After I'm done adding in my herbs, I'm also adding in some ginger. This is one of the things I've seen some of the Asian mommies do with their soups. So I always add a little bit of ginger. You can't really taste it. So I do not put the soup on boil. I just put it on a very low heat, about 3. And once it comes to a simmer, I turn it all the way on low. And it's just been going for about 3 or 4 hours. And you can see the broth is beautiful. It's clear. It's got the herbs, the chicken. Sometimes they cut the chickens up. I just naturally let mine fall apart. So once it's done, after about 3 or 4 hours, you can just take it off the heat, mix it up a bit, and then pour yourself a bowl. So here at the end of the video, I just wanted to show you guys, I have been having this soup for months and months and months. You can see that it gelatinizes. I'm making that a word, you guys, gelatinizes. But it turns into gelatin, you see. So we have a really nice broth that turned into gelatin, and gelatin is really what helps to heal SIBO, leaky gut, and soup is just so important. So here's the soup. Sometimes I have it with an egg, sometimes I have it with some white rice. And please know, whenever you have this soup, don't be surprised if you crave more carbs after having the soup, because some of these herbs really activate your liver and your kidneys, and whenever that happens, your liver burns through glycogen faster. It's just your body asking for more glucose to refill the tank. And so that's a good sign. It means that your metabolism is responding. So don't be afraid to go have a little bit of white rice or to make yourself a congee. I have a really delicious congee recipe, sweet rice recipe here in some of my videos, or have just a little spoonful of honey or a little bit of fruit, but just something carb like that. Your body will be craving it sometimes. So don't worry if you find yourself being like, I can't stop thinking about carbs. It's totally a thing, especially with some of these herbs and this specific concoction. So there you have it, the black silky chicken soup. And if you haven't, head over to Sisterfrennn.com, download my Rebirth the Ancestral Way guide. I'm giving away that guide to the first 100 people. I'm also giving away my grocery guide, and I will also have on the website a PDF that tells you guys all of these herbs in Chinese Mandarin, so that you can just take it to the store and ask the clerks to help you find these things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what it's like for you once you have this soup. I'm really excited to hear how this goes for you once you put this into your rotation. It's really nice. And with the hint of sweetness from the jujubes and the goji berries. Very good. It's like a warm hug.